Hi, my name is Tommy Umholtz. This is a demo video for an assignment 7, my final assignment, in a server-side programming languages class I'm taking as a student of Full Sail University's online web design and development degree program. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the demo. The demo had me using Amazon Web Services, Elastic Compute Cloud, Lambda. Also, you needed to use access management and API gateway in order to communicate with a DynamoDB, a database, and a server running on EC2 with Ubuntu version 18.4 Node Express. So I'm just going to go through the steps on what I did to complete this assignment. So first thing, the last assignment 6 had me create a EC2 instance, and I just carried that instance over to this assignment. The previous video that I made for that covers all of those steps, so I'm not really going to go too much into that, but for to do it, you would launch an instance here, and this is the instance I'm using right now. So from that point, we need to create a database using DynamoDB. So we're going to create a new table. We're going to call this new SSL table, and we're going to give this a partition key. We're going to call that SSL key. And from there, we create table. From here, we need to create some items. The items that we're going to be using in our database. Go to the items tab, create item, SSL key, number 1, insert, string. I'm just going to do one of these because for this assignment, I'm going to use the database that I've already created. I'm just demonstrating the functionality here. Jane at, first we're going to call this email. Call this Jane at, and this would create our item. So here you see the item right here, email jane.com. Okay. So the next part of this assignment was or is going to create the Lambda function. So we're at the AWS Lambda dashboard. From here we go to create function. Give this function a name. We'll call this Lambda DB function. And we're going to use Node.js version 12. Everything else stays default. Author from scratch. Create function. Give this a minute or a moment. Actually, hopefully it doesn't take a minute. From here, we go to our editor window, and we would add our function code here. This is code that I'm using from our assignment, from the given to me by the within the assignment. So I would paste this code. I'm going to use, like I said previously, with the DynamoDB. I'm going to use the database that I've already created. So for here, I'm going to use the Lambda function that I've already created. But we'll just demonstrate the functionality. Paste the code in here. This code has been edited a little bit to meet my functionality needs. Okay, from there we go ahead and click save, and that creates a new Lambda function. So if we go back to functions right here, we see this is the one that's in use. This is the one that was just created. So the next step would be to change the identity access management, or actually add a policy. I ended up having an issue with this, with my Lambda function not communicating with my database, and that required me to update, there it is, update the policies within identity access management. So what I had to do is I had to go to policies. I had to search for policies related to DynamoDB. As you can see, there's over 691 policies here. So what you do is you go to search DynamoDB, and then from here you want to select the full access policy. Attach policy, and you would attach it to the Lambda function that you intend to use it with. So I've already done that. I'm not going to redo it. I'm just showing the functionality here. From this point, I was able to not get the error caused. The error is gone over here. I was getting this error within my Lambda console, non-authorized to perform Dynamo DB scan Lambda. So this process alleviates that issue. From here, I needed to add an API gateway. I've already done that. SSL Lambda API. But in order to add the API gateway, you create the gateway, and then you select REST API, not the private, build it. From that point, you keep the defaults and add an API name. We're going to call this new API, new Lambda API. Give it the same description and keep the endpoint type regional. From that point, create method, make it a get method, checkbox, check it off. These stay default except for the use Lambda proxy integration, and you want to tell it which Lambda function to communicate with. So from here, I can just select Lambda function. Actually, since this is demo, we're going to go with the new one I just created. And API gateway. And DB function. Save it. Give you some good information right here. From this point, you need to go to stages. And you'll do that by going to deploy API, deployment stage, new stage, and from here you add production. Alright, deploy. And from that point, this is a useful URL that you want to go ahead and copy. Copy that down for my my assignment, the one that I'm actually using. I'm not going to copy this one down because that's not the one I'm using. From here, we're going to demo selecting this, going to this preview is useful in displaying how the API connects to the database via the Lambda function. So your client would send a GET request to the server. From there, the server communicates with the database via the Lambda proxy, not the Lambda proxy, the Lambda method. From that point, the information that the server sends the Lambda method is regulated by the Lambda function, and depending on what that information is, you have get some return information, and which is sent back to the client. So from this point, this URL that we see here, if you use this API, this URL, this is the one that I'm actually using, you have an error. So what happens is when you enter the correct information on the when the correct information is included with the URL, you get return within the body of your web page, right? If you don't send the correct information, you don't get it returned. So with the correct information, you can see it right here. Email jen@mail.com, password 1234. Returns JSON string or JSON data object, right? So looking at the assignment 7 server application, we're going to just go over this this server application. We imported these modules: express, request, body parser. Here we initialize the express server application. We're also using express router, and this sets up our body parser functionality. So when the client sends a GET request to the server, to the form URL page, the server responds. The form, let's go ahead and check that out. So this would be the form that the server responds with. You can see this public API, port 8080 in the form, okay? So from this point, the user would enter their information in the form. The inputs are stored as variables right here, and then concatenated into the URL as such. If the inputs match what's on the server, what's in the database, you return. You are now logged in as the user, the email that the login information that the user inputs. If the information does not match, you receive a return. You're sent to this form, which tells you that you entered the wrong information, and that gives you the option to redirect you to the form page. So let's go ahead and see how that works. We're going to just enter no information. Your entered information, your entered login information is incorrect. So you can try again, right? I'll enter some bogus information, see what happens. Sure, why not? Okay, same thing. Now when you enter the correct information, 1, 2, 3, 4, it lets you know that you've logged in correctly. You are now logged in as jim@mail.com. So that is my assignment number 7, completed. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much.